Check, check, 1, 2. Check, check, 1, 2. Check, check, 1, 2. Aloha, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Master Paul. Just starting into Zoom, going through Zoom into today's Facebook live stream. So forgive me for just sitting there and doing nothing for probably 30 seconds. In any case, it is working, and I'm very happy that you are joining me today on today's Facebook live stream. And so today we're going to be focusing on the undiscovered wisdom and miracle healing power of Tao calligraphy. And I look forward to seeing how many people join this course because, or this live stream, because there's so much good stuff here that can be gained. It's going to be good stuff. Let's see. Let me do something here. There we go. That helps me. Okay. And so during today's live stream, I'm going to be covering some aspects of Dr. and Master Sha's Tao calligraphy. Some of you are familiar with it. This information hopefully will be newer information that will assist you. We're going to be working with one of the special calligraphies just to measure its service. My understanding in working with Dr. and Master Sha is that it's important to repeat things many times. I would go to his retreats, which he has one live occurring at this time. And during his retreats, he would repeat things again and again. And I'm like, why is he repeating things so much? I don't really understand why he's repeating. And he would explain later on, he says that people only get a very small percentage of what he says because they're busy processing the wisdom of the information. Their soul can only retain so much at a given time. And it's true. I could hear him say the same thing, and then on the 50th time I would get a whole new layer of information that I didn't get the first 49 times. So it's the same with Tao calligraphy. When you have a much greater and deeper understanding of the power and the significance of Tao calligraphy, of the miracle healing abilities associated with it, when you understand why, then you yourself may do something to make sure you have it available to you. There are also Tao calligraphy practitioners. What is a Tao calligraphy practitioner? They are people who have honored for higher education and they have learned how to do the Tao calligraphy to a 90% purity and correctness, because you are in Tao calligraphy. It is calligraphy of actual Chinese words, and they need to be done in correct strokes. No different than if you grew up doing cursive writing, you know, your teacher would always correct you when they could not read your cursive writing. Even your handwritten printed writing, many people cannot read our printed writings because it's not very clean. And so just as with any form of writing, Tao calligraphy must be done correctly. The more correct it is done, the purer the frequency and the healing abilities through it. That's just a little bit of wisdom that you're going to be learning today. So let's check in with who's joined us. Welcome Kristen. Aloha, thank you for your service. Welcome Shelley. Welcome Heather. Welcome also to Pi Armand. Welcome Danta. Aloha Eva. Welcome Erica. Welcome Elizabeth, and aloha and welcome to Lisa Durago. So I put in this post last night about midnight. Didn't have a whole lot of time for getting the visibility out there. So thank you for sharing with your family and friends. And today will be powerful. I hope more people are able to attend and join. Now I did locate a .I calligraphy for us to work with, to trace today. And I used Zoom, which allows me to actually show an image on the screen that is not reversed, which is one of the dilemmas when I work with these cameras on live stream. Whatever I show shows up in reverse on the picture. So today we won't have that issue. So that's always nice. Aloha Amanda Moyer. Aloha and welcome Crystal Valencia. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining. So as indicated, today Master Sha is in day 3 of a 4 or 5 day, maybe it's day 4, but he's near the end of a 4 or 5 day Tao calligraphy retreat actually, which is one reason why I chose to use this as a subject matter today. Because during this retreat I have literally witnessed multiple healing miracles, and I understand why. So I wanted to share that with you today. Before I get into that, let's go ahead and connect heart to heart, soul to soul, and I will call in the beings of light to serve. Let us connect, bring our hands over our heart in what's called soul light soul service hand position, which is the left hand over the heart center and the right hand remains pointed towards heaven. And let us fully connect. Dear the divine, dear our beloved divine creator, all layers, the divine, the Tao, the source. Dear all the beings of light serving the plan of the light side, including the angels, healing angels, archangels, masters, ascended masters, gurus, lamas, sifus, saints, buddhas, and bodhisattvas. Beloved Jesus, beloved Mother Mary, dear beloved Krishna, Vishnu, Ganesha, dear beloved Amitofu Buddha, dear beloved Kuan Yin Buddha, dear our individual heavens teams, guides, angels, and saints, we love you, we honor you, deeply appreciate you. We ask most humbly and most sincerely for your presence today. We ask that you guide this wisdom and this practice to help us each achieve soul healing miracles, to help us have a much deeper appreciation, comprehension, and understanding of Tao calligraphy. I am deeply humbled, honored, and so very grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Dear the Source Soul Song of Love, Peace, and Harmony, could you please turn on, and we invite all souls in all universes to join with us today as we chant the Source Soul Song of Love, Peace, and Harmony to connect heart to heart, soul to soul, clear our Shin Qi Jing blockages as appropriate. So please chant and join with me. Lula, lula, li. Lula, lula, la, li. Lula, lula, li, lula. Lula, li, lula. Lula, li, lula. Oh, I was in her ling. 我爱自然然类，让玲珑和睦世上，相爱平安和谐，相爱平安和谐。I love my heart and soul. I love all humanity. Join hearts and souls together. Love, peace, and harmony. Love, peace, and harmony. How, thank you, thank you, thank you. So thank you all for joining. Aloha and welcome to Danta, welcome Heather Houston, welcome Shirley, welcome Eva, welcome Pi, welcome Lisa Carter, aloha Crystal, welcome Elizabeth Dorago and Trina Rabella, aloha and welcome Pamela, welcome Monica, welcome also to Susan Birchmore, Julia Abbott, aloha, welcome to Teresa, welcome also and aloha to Tina Young. And if I missed your name, double blessings. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for clicking on the share button. So today we're going to be focusing on Tao calligraphy And what is some deeper wisdom, and why does it carry miracle healing power? And then we're going to be practicing with a Tao calligraphy to validate this. Okay, so what is Tao calligraphy? Well, calligraphy is the writing of Mandarin Chinese symbols. There's calligraphy in Japanese and other languages as well. So in other words, it is considered an art form or a form of writing letters and words in an artistic format. That is what calligraphy is. And Tao calligraphy is source calligraphy. So source calligraphy, that's an interesting word. Does that mean God made it? No, not necessarily. Source calligraphy means that it carries source power within it. Well, that's a pretty bold statement. So let's find out how that's possible. Tao calligraphy was originally known as Yibitzi calligraphy. Y-I-E-bit-zi. I think it's Y-I-B-I-Z-H-U, but I'm pretty sure it's not, or Z-I, Z-I. Ibitsu, which stands for oneness calligraphy or one stroke calligraphy. Now most calligraphy, if you look at it, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 strokes. There will be many, many strokes. If you look at any form of Mandarin Chinese calligraphy, there's legs, there's squares and boxes and houses, and sometimes it looks like people standing in the calligraphy. In other words, the different strokes, at least in Mandarin Chinese, represent specific symbols. The man looks like a man in the symbol, and so forth, the house and so forth. But in Ibitsa calligraphy, Tao oneness calligraphy, all of these separate 12, 13, 14 strokes are captured in one smooth movement, where the brush is brought across the paper and captures multiple strokes in one movement, creating one beautiful piece of art. Now that in and of itself is wonderful, just beautiful. And that calligraphy came to humanity hundreds of years ago. Dao Shifa, which is calligraphy master, taught this Ibitsu oneness calligraphy to the emperors of China. Only the emperors and their children would learn this. And this calligraphy was taught to disciples, one disciple only. The disciple that received it lives in Toronto, where Master Sha lives. And at the time of his first training with her, she was 102 years old. So in that entire period of time, as a child, her father taught her as a child to be the only lineage carrier of this oneness calligraphy, that it had survived for hundreds of years. And she, in that 102 years, had not transferred the wisdom to anybody, not one disciple. Why? Because the father told her, this can only be transferred to a disciple who is dedicated to healing humanity. That was his exact words to her. So she held on to it for 102 years. Along came Master Sha. She recognized him as the appropriate disciple, transferred the wisdom to him, and then you will see it today. Now, why is this important? Because oneness calligraphy is in alignment with oneness thinking, one heart, one soul, one creator. We are all from the one. Now, Master Sha, many of you know, has the ability, the authorities, and the unique talent and attribute to transfer power into objects and things. I want to precursor this so that you're aware of it. I trained under two different masters prior to meeting Master Sha, truly enlightened beings. And the second one I trained under was a female master from China. And at the young age of 19 or 20, she was walking along on a beach, and this woman who was walking opposite of her caught eyes with her. And she looked at her, and they both stopped, and she said, "Your life will change dramatically. It will not go the way you expect it to go. You will have tremendous hardship in your life. and it will be one that will lead you to the highest enlightenment. And then the woman walked on. Imagine that 19, 20-year-old just going to college minding their own business, right? She then embarked on a extraordinary enlightenment path, and she has miracle healing abilities as well. When she was kicked out, so to speak, from her teacher, and she walked into the village, people all around her knew instantly that she was an enlightened master. She had no idea who these people were, but they knew who she was, and instantly they came to her, lined up at her door, and asked for healing. And what she would do is she would ask them for a coin. They would give her a coin. She would put it between her palms, bless it, put power into it, give it back to them. They would then put it on their pain, their area of suffering, and they would come back and say, oh my God, she's a healer. So she had a long line at her door because she put power into objects. So when I tell you this is not unusual by any stretch of the imagination. It just depends on the quality of the master and their alignment to the source. So Master Sha has received this ability, and it's at an exceedingly high level. He can transmit frequencies of the divine, the Tao, the source, the creator. Those frequencies are substantially higher than yours and mine. Think about it. How high is the divine's frequency? How high is our creator's frequency, right? So no different than when you add hot water to cold water. The water will eventually turn hot. The temperature will go higher until it matches what you're pouring in. When you infuse your body, your soul, your physical matter, your energy and your matter with a higher frequency of the divine Tao source, then whatever is ailing you has to change. No different than adding hot water to cold water. You get it? So Ibiza calligraphy is a delivery vehicle that carries source power and source frequency. So I hope I have explained that in a very simple and easy to understand manner. Now the beautiful part about this is you don't have to understand it. You can literally work with an Ibiza calligraphy and have results on your own that validate what's being said here. I want to acknowledge who else has joined. So welcome also to Gabby Villabosa. Welcome Tina Young. Aloha and welcome Teresa. Aloha and welcome, let's see, Ilona, Eoline, Jerusalem. Welcome Marganazito. Welcome Amanda. I think I've acknowledged you already. And I think that's everybody. So aloha. Thank you for coming. So a little bit more. Should you choose to take up the art form of Ibiza calligraphy, it is extremely healing and meditative just in taking up the art form. There are really no books out there. Master Sha did create one book, but it hasn't reached the public yet. On the one-stroke calligraphy, there are more being produced, and actually the movement is towards the children because it will assist them in staying pure. They come in pure, but then we, parents, teachers, the peers, the religious societies and all that, we tend to twist them to our perceptions, and we remove the love in many cases that came in. And so the Ibiza calligraphy has the unique ability to align our heart and soul to the love that it originates from. And that is done through actual alignment of the stroke. So when you do it, is the stroke straight? Is it within the squared box area, the invisible squared box area? All those little things are relevant to healing oneself. Literally, I have witnessed a master who is a calligraphy practitioner. They have received from Master Sha a download that when they do calligraphy, a person could receive miraculous healing blessings. And I have witnessed people walk up to the front. They have had significant back pain. She will give them a brush with ink and have them do a very simple symbol, right? Something that looks like a plus sign. And she'll do one for them, show them how it looks, and then say, okay, try to duplicate this. and they'll do their best to duplicate it. And what you can see very clearly is the bend in their back, and one of the strokes is a vertical stroke, and it's so difficult for them to make it vertical. And you can see it's like a bend in their back, and she'll point that out to them, because what happens is we as a physical vessel are made up of energy and matter, and energy and matter is not pure as we would like it to be, not pure as the source. And so our pains, our suffering, our emotional blockages, our financial blockages, they sit in our energy and matter. They create problems for us at the physical level, emotional, mental, spiritual, financial level. And these are karma blockages, of course. And when somebody works with the Ibiza calligraphy, what they are doing is they are in essence clearing the Shen, Qi, Jing karma blockages. I will repeat that so you really get it. The energy and matter blockages in our life, they create financial problems, relationship problems, health problems. These are karma related problems. Imagine just doing the art of Ibiza calligraphy, grabbing a brush, piece of paper, maybe an ink pen, or just following the picture I'm going to show you in a little bit, and just drawing it yourself or tracing it, one that's already been done for you. And as a result, the blockages that are causing financial problems, the blockages that are causing closed heart relationship problems, the blockages that are creating pain in your neck dissolve. How is that possible? Because the calligraphy has the ability to clear up the blockages. This master teacher, who has received healing authorities, proceeded to tell the person, it looks, and she didn't know this person, she says, I can see by the calligraphy that you have back pain, and it looks like you've had it for quite a while. And the person said, oh my God, how do you know that? And then she proceeded to tell her how long she had this back problem. And the teacher dipped the brush in ink on a piece of paper right in front of this person, just drew the exact same thing she asked her to draw, took her 10 seconds, and then she said, how is your back pain now? Her pain was gone. It remained gone. That student became an advanced student, and just in this last year, because she couldn't believe that in 10 seconds her back pain disappeared and remained gone from the stroke of Ibiza calligraphy. It's not just pretty art. Okay, we're going to take a look at some Ibiza calligraphy right now. So I'm going to share my screen. Let me pull it up here for a moment. Okay, so what you should be seeing at this moment is what's called the Da-I calligraphy. Now this was from one of Master Sha's books, and you can look and find these in his books. This particular calligraphy is 2 words, Da-I. Da is the greatest. A-I is love. Da-I, the greatest love. Now you can see Da is this simple stroke. It looks like the cursive L in the English language. But you can see that it is quite beautiful. It is balanced. Everything about this is balanced in that it is within a framework of a long rectangle. It fits within the framework of this rectangle quite well. Balanced. One letter to the next is balanced. The letter above is larger than the word above is larger than the word below, but they're still 2 words. And when you look at the second word, it's condensed to be about the same size as the word above it. This is what I mean by learning the art form. There is a balance to it, and if it is not done correctly, then the quality of the healing that can occur is actually diminished. When one learns this, then and practices it to a 90% success rate, then you can receive the Tao calligraphy healer transmission and literally be able to offer blessings to others using this art form. It's quite extraordinary. So Welcome also to Talks. Welcome Machiko. And welcome to anybody else, Elizabeth, anybody else whose name I may have missed. So now what we're going to do is we're going to connect with this Tao oneness, Da-I calligraphy. Remember, Da-I means greatest love. And how do we do that? We utilize the 4 powers. Master Sha has taught us that soul power is the highest. Since this is a oneness source calligraphy, power has been infused into it. The frequency of divine Tao and source has been transmitted to this image. This image is connected to the original calligraphy that sits most likely somewhere in Master Sha's walls or a collection somewhere. And the original calligraphy carries through this image. Okay, so we need to connect to the soul of the original calligraphy through this image. We do it with love. The greater your love, the greater your gratitude, the greater the potential blessings. So we place our hands in soul light, soul service hand position. Like a prayer position, we drop the left hand in front of the heart center. Close your eyes, and if it is comfortable, repeat after me. Dear the soul of this most precious Da-I, greatest love calligraphy, the soul of the original calligraphy that this connects to, I love you, honor you, appreciate you. My name is, state your name. 3 times, Paul Fletcher, Paul Fletcher, Paul Fletcher. I am deeply honored to receive your blessings for my request. Now state your request. If you want to know if this really works, I suggest you state something that's measurable, like a pain. I am very, very grateful. Thank you. As I trace you, continue to repeat, as I trace you, could you please bless me to release the blockages for my request? Thank you. Now also it is very important that we do forgiveness. So continue to repeat after me. Dear all souls, in this and all time, if I or my ancestors have brought any form of harm or suffering to you by inappropriate, incorrect thoughts, words, or actions, I sincerely apologize. Please forgive me and my ancestors, especially for any harm or suffering we have created for you, the same as my request. In other words, if you're asking for neck pain, then you ask forgiveness for harming others' necks. If you're asking for financial blessings, then ask forgiveness for causing financial problems for others. Be respectful. Ask forgiveness from your heart. Now, if you have pain, if you have something that's measurable, then please measure it. Is it a 10 out of 10 scale? Is it a 7 out of 10 scale? So now what we're going to do is we're going to trace. How do you do that? You do that by placing your hands. You do that by placing your hands in all 5 fingers touching together. If you look in the corner, you'll see me. You'll see a picture of me, and you'll see I'm touching my 5 fingers together. This connects your major yin organs, and then you trace the calligraphy with the palm of your hand. You follow the entire stroke slowly, consciously, with your full presence. Okay, this is how we trace. We're going to do this for 10 minutes, and we're going to chant Da-I. I want you to bring your complete focus into the calligraphy. Be fully present. When you chant Da-I along with me, send your love. Where do you send it? You send it to all those who may have been harmed, because there's a reason you're suffering. Send your love. Ask forgiveness while you are tracing. Let us begin. dai dai, dai dai, dai dai, 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 da I da greatest love, 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 greatest love. Continue to trace, bring your full attention. Trace with love. Imagine you had a brush in your hand. You're following the strokes. The blessings are coming through the strokes directly to your soul, clearing blockages. The more love you send, the greater the blessing in return. Die, 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 da I greatest love, unconditional love melts all blockages, purifies my heart and soul. 一世代无条件爱，荣华在那心性生命。一世代无条件爱，荣华在那心性生命。大爱，大爱，大爱，大爱， da I da I da greatest love, unconditional love, melts all blockages, purifies my heart and soul. Greatest love, unconditional love, melts all blockages, purifies my heart and soul. 一世代无条件爱，荣华灾难，心性生命。Greatest love, unconditional love, melts all blockages, purifies my heart and soul. Silently repeat after me while you continue to trace with your love, with your full consciousness. Repeat after me. Dear my beloved divine creator, dear all the souls of humanity, all souls in all universes, in all time, please forgive me my mistakes. Please forgive me my ego. Please forgive me my mindsets, attitudes, and negative beliefs. Please forgive me the wrong choices I have made that may have brought harm and suffering to you. Please forgive my greed, my selfishness. Please forgive me the times that I have made vows and broken those vows. Please forgive me, especially for the suffering I may have brought others that is the same as my request. I recognize the reason I have suffering in the area of my request is because I or my ancestors may have harmed others, and I sincerely from my deepest heart ask for forgiveness. I am so honored and so very, very grateful to receive your love, your blessings, your highest frequencies, to release these blockages, this suffering. I will not make the same mistakes again. I have learned my lessons and I apologize. I promise to help others to be happier and healthier. I am extremely grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. One more minute. Da-I, 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 da-I. Greatest love, unconditional love melts all blockages, purifies my heart and soul. And let us honor the divine creator. Let us honor the blessings placed within this instrument of healing. Bowing our heads 9 times gently with gratitude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Countless bow downs, countless bow downs, countless bow downs. Ha, ha, ha. So, as you can see, the Da-I calligraphy can be very powerful. Now, I encourage you, each of you, to check in. If you had emotions that you were requesting, how are you now? If you had a physical pain that you were working with, check it now. Share what your experience was. Did you get hot? Were you vibrating? Are you sweating? Are you experiencing a physical response to this practice? This works all the time. It never not works. It simply has to do with the percentage of how it works. For you, you might have a 10 out of 10 scale pain and it went down to an 8. Congratulations, that's huge. How many people can sit there and trace a piece of paper and it goes down 20%? That's substantial. Why did it only go down 20% when for somebody else it might have went down 80%? The level of the Shen, Qi, Jing karma blockages is the issue. The reason it is necessary to trace a lot is because of the level of the karma blockages. If you have significant relationship blockages, do you think 10 minutes of tracing is going to fix it? You're foolish if you do. The relationship blockages have lifetimes and lifetimes and lifetimes of karma. So that means you need to trace a half hour every day, a year if you need to, however long it takes until things improve. And then once they start to improve, do more. That will sustain, maintain, and elongate a healthy relationship or bring a beautiful and healthy one to you. If you have pain and it didn't go away but it went down a little bit, do more. It's very simple wisdom. The calligraphy acts as a portal through which heavenly Mother Earth Tao source frequencies are placed within a physical third dimension object, an Ibitsu oneness calligraphy. It is so extraordinarily simple that humanity has difficulty grasping it, trusting it, and working with it. So for now, you can literally receive these in books for free. You pick up a book. You can join the Dao Chang calligraphy events. Go to drsha.com to the Dao Chang area. I'm sure Kristen Rojas will post that. And you can sign up and register for some of these events. Some are free, some have a small cost associated with them. You literally can be engulfed for an hour in a field of 20, 30, 40 of these extraordinarily powerful frequency machines, and you could reverse your sickness very quickly, reverse your problems very quickly. Humanity, we do not have enough wisdom. Our hearts are not opening enough to understand that heaven has been delivered to earth. It has been transmitted to these Tao source calligraphies. And if we just got that, and if we just got these calligraphies in our hands, we could literally change our lives. If you are interested in having a set of 10 of the Tao source calligraphies, Master Sha has placed them in cards. They're about this big, about 5 inches by 3.5 inches. There's 10 of them. The one you saw, Da-I, the greatest forgiveness, the greatest compassion, the greatest light. One of them is the greatest flourishing for financial issues. Greatest humility, removing ego, all of those issues. Greatest service, removes selfishness. Greatest enlightenment, greatest humility, greatest harmony. All 10 of these, you can get them for $50 each card, a pack of 10 for the 500. Contact me through Facebook Messenger. I'm happy to help you accomplish that. Or you can just get 1 or 2 or 3 of them if that's what you want. But it is literally, how much do you spend for a massage? $50, $75, $100? How much do you spend for a basic decent meal? $40, $50? It's extraordinary the amount that we're happy to spend, 40, 50, 60, 70. But when you can get heaven on earth in the form of a calligraphy, some of us have difficulty spending that. It could resolve our problems if all we did was sit down and trace it a half hour every day. Wisdom. Apply it. Change your life. Master Sha came to humanity to empower us with tools that could change our life. We only need to become intelligent and trust. Do the practices that are suggested. Your life could literally reverse. Give it a little bit of time. It took you how many lifetimes? 10, 20, 100 lifetimes to bring you the suffering you're currently in? Do you think you might need to trace for 1, 2 months before you can reverse it? Bring common sense to the table. It is a miracle healing instrument in humanity, as close to free as possible. And all you got to do is trust a little bit, spend a little bit of your hard-earned dollars on yourself and do a little bit of practice. So this is the wisdom for today. I hope that you've had a wonderful experience. I see Teresa says she feels better. She did reduce her pain. I'm sure this experience has been the same for others. And for those that came in late, highly recommend you go back to the beginning and watch from the beginning, as you will get a lot more value out of this, because there's a backup information that leads to my most recent comments. So I am going to return now to the Tao Calligraphy Retreat that is live with Master Sha. Of course, you had to be approved and registered for it, so many of you are not familiar with that and cannot attend. But I brought this wisdom and this power to you today. You can go back and watch this video again and again. Do that 10 minutes of tracing right there live. If you wish to have your own cards, Kristen has posted my information, how to contact me. Facebook Messenger is a very good way. And then if you want to acquire those cards, then I can help you accomplish that. So I love you. I thank you. I offer my deepest gratitude to Divine Tao Source, to Master Sha, to Master Sha's original soul, to the soul of all the beings of light, all of our heavens teams who have come to offer today, to the Da'ai calligraphy, the countless layers and beings and wisdom within the Da'ai calligraphy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Love you, love you, love you. And until Tuesday next week, I will see you then. Bye-bye, everybody. Mahalo. How to find the Zoom button to stop the event. Bye-bye.